Here.
Sharon Smith.
Here.
Liza McKenzie.
Here.
Chris Nunez. Here. And no artist. And Councilmember Neil Shaw.
I am here. Okay, has everybody had a chance to look at the agenda? And does anybody have any comments or line items? Hearing none, can I get a motion to approve the agenda, please?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second. Everybody in the room for public comment? We got anybody online? No? That's easy. All right, I'm on the wrong side of the table today, so we're gonna see if I can do this.
I know,
No.
it's weird. It is weird. When you sat there, I was like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Feels wrong.
Throwing everything off,
You
but
voluntarily did that.
I did it.
Yeah, you did it to yourself, man.
I
That's
know.
weird.
All right, Gigi, let's do some staff updates.
All right, you wanna hit the first one?
Yeah, so we have the 12-foot projector screen and the projector installed at Civic Space, ceiling mounted projector. It all looks great. Easy operation, plug and play with the sound, so that yes, you guys are up and ready to roll for all the films.
And we can talk more in detail about the event stuff,
Does it operate itself?
Almost.
Right.
There will be we'll talk about it later.
on the mural stuff. We just wanted to let you know it's up and it's ready. Next item. So I know we talked about me pursuing the public art list, which I will, but the Lions Club, out of all of the signs, 2 of them were the Lions Club that donated to the historic. So I'm gonna start with that. I'm gonna let them do topics first for not only the plates, but the actual install. But I'm also working on the caps list, so. And historic is holding off on their list right now. Because they keep changing their mind.
We've talked about a list a couple of times, right? I mean, there's a.
Should we go over it again maybe at the next meeting?
Yeah, we can bring it up in the meeting.
Okay.
It's easier than it sounds. It sounds like it's gonna be hard, but there's a pretty easy top 6 or 8, I think.
Okay. Well, let me keep moving on this Lions Club one, see how it all goes, and then we'll kind of in town and work on the caps, public art list. But slow moving little project that it's moving.
Okay.
And then, the mural video, Ben is still working on it.
Okay.
So we don't have it yet.
Sure. And then, yeah, updates since last time though, we did go out and the mayor was there. I was there, another resident was there. So we did give him some personal angle, that he can work into that.
So, unfortunately, it's not done yet, but once it is, we'll, I'll have to send it to you. I can probably I'll pull it up on an email.
I'll just put a question mark by it.
But for those of you who weren't aware, the video was done, but there had been a request for resident engagement and conversation, and it didn't make it in, and so there was some backtracking. Andrew talked rallied some residents to make that happen. So video's not done yet, but it should be soon, hopefully.
Okay.
I think that's it. You got any something?
On to general updates. So starting with the Marshall Fire Remembrance Project, since last meeting, we have had one meeting. And I think that is after the council, and we had the council presentation and we got their blessing. Then the next Marshall Fire Remembrance meeting was largely about fundraising. We discussed that extensively. I'm not sure we came to any formal conclusions, but what we did do was decide to have the town move forward on some infrastructure things, right? So do you have any updates, like from Leslie on, there was soil and geotech and some stuff with Boulder County?
Those orders have been put in. So there were 3 main, I'd say, buckets of things that needed to get done. Boulder County work, because the property is Boulder County easement, right? So Leslie was gonna get with Boulder County to send, the design concept, just so they're aware and their approval. The fundraising part, we are researching what a model, would look like if a marketing firm were hired to do fundraising. And so we're still researching that. And then as far as the geotech and soil sample, she's put that order in. It's not happened yet, but the order is in. And that's where we are.
Yeah, and all that soil stuff and that, you know, that's research that has to be done so that our so that our design contractor can sharpen the pencil on how much it's gonna cost, how much they're gonna have to dig, you know, how much of a foundation they'll need for the chimney column and that kind of stuff. So that plays into the fundraising. So we need some soil engineering so that we can better design and put out bids on the construction and then know the number we need for fundraising.
And then talk of working with Superior Rising and potentially community foundation.
Right, so there was some talk about, you know, working with some of these nonprofits essentially as buckets for accepting donations. And then we also talked in the meeting about if and how and to what extent to engage with the nearby communities, right? To make it not just Superior's remembrance, but one for the entire fire, so including Louisville and unincorporated Boulder County. I think that's generally seen as a positive thing, yeah, but there was not necessarily a consensus about how to do that, how to get a buy-in from all the surrounding communities without sort of relitigating the remembrance that we've already, gone through a lot of effort to come to a pretty solid plan about, so. But that's where we are. We meet on that about monthly, so we're probably due for a check-in.
Yeah, it might be a little longer on this one, just since there's so much research to do and I don't have, I don't feel like I want to convene you if we don't have a lot to share with you. So, but we could be close to that.
Yeah, all right. Just let me know when there's something to say. I guess. Okay, and then for the mural festival, I'll give this to Liza in a second, but we presented this to the town council. My youngest fell off the swings and badly broke her arm the day of, so I was in the ER.
Oh, scary. What's that from? I think I do.
So thank you to staff and Liza for covering that, and everyone did a great job. The TLDR is that passed 5-2. And Liza did a great job advocating for us. Liza, do you have any takeaways?
I mean, not really. I'm kind of surprised that 2 people voted against it. But, and sort of, I was also surprised by their reasoning
So, I'm sorry, can you back up? They were against the mural stuff?
yeah.
So Councilmember Serbu and Foster, and it was largely the money.
Okay, so I haven't watched that meeting, so can you fill me in?
Well, I mean, I
I'll watch
think they're one, money, even though we demonstrated that we were being very creative in terms of where we were pulling it from. And also, I think some skepticism about like how many people we could draw in and a request for data about who is coming to this and why, which kind of surprised me because it was like, wow, I hope we don't forget that the takeaway from the mural festival is the art that will be left behind and the numbers about how many people attended for the festivals that are concurrently going on at the same time versus who came directly for the mural festival. I feel like that's not really important because if you came down for one thing and you end up participating in the mural festival or learning about it right then and there. That's really more what's important. And so I hope that we can focus on that kind of stuff. And
So did it pass?
it did pass. It did pass. That's the good news. Everybody else is really supportive and enthusiastic.
And then so, you know, perhaps we contributed our share, and then Michaela and Gigi and others were able to come up with $50,000 ballpark.
Wow.
To accommodate, and it came from a variety of sources.
Yeah, tomorrow,
I think we should ask what it was.
So that money came from bits and pieces, and Michaela could do it better than I, but, you know, historical contributed some, and there was margin in some of the events, and, you know. And so the council members saw that list and said, well, I don't want to take away from historical's,
Right. Yeah,
events or
and
whatever.
And I think part of it too is that, you know, CAPS, dedicated $25,000 to it.
Right.
I think the proposal amount came in so much higher that, I mean, it was a $50,000 gap
Yeah.
from what was proposed initially. You know, that original proposal a long time ago was kind of in the, I forget, in the 25, 30, 40 range. Well, it ended up coming in much, much higher. And knowing that we're on a very tight schedule, we wanted to get in front of council. And so Leslie was trying to be very solution oriented and kind of put forth, you know, a possible plan for closing the gap. And that would be pulling from my budget and from events. And so I think there were a couple of council members that were against that solution.
Okay. Like we're able to proceed now with doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think one of the things that happened was, you know, months ago, the assumption and the way that Boulder runs their festival is a lot of that money comes from donations, and it comes from the stores that get painted. They ask for buy-in, you know, they want those guys to pay, I think, half in general. And that's just not kind of how Superior is, at least not for the first one, right? We can't ask, you know, the Korean barbecue place that doesn't even exist yet to write a big check for a mural on the side of the building that they don't even own, right? And then a lot of our walls are town, well, and this one they all are, as it turns out. But so it's essentially being town paid for, not co-funded for this first one, is, in my opinion, where the big hit comes from financially. That's the difference between what we anticipated and what shook out.
So the town's, sorry, you said the town's paying for it all, and we are?
Well,
Yeah,
collectively,
Yeah, collectively, okay, gotcha, okay,
Yeah, we're not
It's
asking, we're not
events,
soliciting
caps.
donations from businesses.
gotcha.
And we're not engaging them to do it either, right?
correct. Okay. And we can discuss, I mean, this is a debrief on the council meeting, so we have an item for the festival itself, we can get into it more. But, yeah, so I guess bottom line, that got approved, thanks to everybody who supported it. I'm sorry I wasn't there. All right, moving on to upcoming events, we've got the Porcelain War coming up soon.
Well,
Sounds good, people are excited, I think. There was a thing that came up recently with a volunteer to that.
I talked to her yesterday. She is checking with her organization about whether or not they can try to, turns out the filmmakers actually live in Boulder.
Wow,
No idea.
that's cool.
And so she's gonna see if maybe them or one of their sisters can come. And they also wanna do possibly like, a table or something after film.
for the sunflower seed,
Yeah, Sunflower Seed, Ukraine nonprofit.
yeah.
She also mentioned that they are paying attention somehow to the sunflower installation we have over by Whole Foods.
Huh.
That we've talked about possibly moving, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a lot
I
of.
think I think there was talk a long time ago, but it would cost so much.
I think it's when I first went, I remember. So you were speaking to who about attending?
Her name is Ilana.
Lana?
Ilana Bahoon,
So
and she lives in Louisville. And her organization is the Sunflower Seed
Ukraine.
Ukraine. It's a gold-based nonprofit.
That generally, sends physical supplies.
And how did she relate it to the movie? Sorry.
She's not, she reached out to Gigi
Oh.
about seeing the announcement for the movie.
So
The movie is about.
they send all kinds of stuff over to, their nonprofit gathers, sends things, and they just caught wind that this screening was happening, and she just said that a lot of times after their events, people will ask what they can do to help. And so she thought people might ask the same question after seeing this film, and could they maybe potentially be there or have materials there, and I gave them
Awesome.
over to Chris.
That would be awesome.
It would be, and
That would be
so
amazing.
I haven't heard back from her since yesterday. I just pinged her saying we have our meeting tonight. Is there any update I can share?
Yeah, I mean, it's tomorrow, right?
It's
Yeah, so none of that'll make any advertising, but it'll be a bonus for people
Yeah.
who decide to.
Yeah.
Or we'll get around.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And then, a month from now,
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister, I watched the trailer for that one. Oh, man. They're also good.
Yep. Got the Prime Minister of New Zealand. So we'll see. I'm not sure what to do there in terms of programming yet, but
Yeah, I can. Maybe we can get her.
Oh my God.
All right, this room's haunted, man.
I think we have the screening, but I don't know, is there anything we need to talk about before that? So, staff, she or I won't be there, but the staff at the civic space will be there.
Okay.
They have full instructions on how to operate the laptop, the projector, get the lights down, but if for any reason, because there's probably only gonna be two of them, so if one's downstairs and one's up, if they need a little help, if you could step in, that would be great, just with whatever. But I think everything is pretty straightforward, and they'll have a mic ready for you, so if you need to make any announcements, they know that, you might need that.
okay, great.
And then, yeah, I mean, either one of us could be reached if anything major goes on.
Can't see anything major happening.
People love
But the chairs are already set up.
Yeah, I'll have it all sound checked and pre-tested and loaded before I leave.
Thank you.
And then, as long as nobody touches anything and just clicks play, it should be good. I'll set up a table, extra table, just in case they are able to show at the last minute, we'll be ready for them.
Okay.
Should be ready to roll.
Good.
These are very popular. I mean, everyone who's attended it just loves it. So,
Everyone in,
Nice.
for a variety of reasons, was disappointed. I heard a lot of that, I had a conflict.
Or a windstorm.
Yeah.
oh, yeah. I don't know, I didn't hear any newsletters. I just.
No,
popped it in,
they
but
were-
I'm not Arkansas.
They were disappointed they weren't able to see it.
Oh,
One was canceled.
oh, that's, okay, yeah.
There was this fairly influential person in town who had a 50th birthday party that. I mean, it's funny, this is a small enough town that I
Yeah.
think probably 10 or 15 people that would have come read this person's birthday party and had committed to it weeks in advance, so.
Isn't it funny how that goes?
Okay, more plan check-in, so let's talk about the mural festival again.
Different angle.
Yeah,
So, I don't know if you've got the handouts up front, it's the same thing I sent you before, but probably first and foremost on the list is to just take a look at, the draft call that Leah put together. In my opinion, everything is very straightforward. I threw a few edits on it before she finalized the draft. I think the biggest question to you is that eligibility section.
yeah,
I think it should be Colorado, artists
Yeah, who put in part, we strive to select mural artists from diverse backgrounds, identities, ages?
She did.
I
Okay,
think you
because that
have to
seems
say that though.
real, can't you just do it?
I think you have to have that in writing when you do calls, because some people are nitpicking about it. I think, so that has to be in there somewhere, I'm pretty sure.
Does it?
Isn't that like a
I
legal?
think it might be part of Streetwise's,
Oh.
mission and
Okay.
vision, she might have just put it in there because of that.
So,
It comes up again in two, right? I mean,
I'm
it's
just
flipping
curious.
that or who you are.
so I'm just curious, because in terms of choosing the art, when it comes down to it, do we have to choose not necessarily our favorite art, but based on the artists fitting into a certain box?
No,
No,
we
there's
have to
no
choose our
box.
favorite, yeah.
Well, because
But
this says we
there's a
will
story.
strive to.
There's a story that goes with each artist.
Right, but I mean, like,
Oh, cause you strive
Oh, I
to
see what
select
you're saying.
artists.
we're not selecting art, we're
I see.
selecting artists according to this,
Gotcha.
based on what boxes they check from different factors, not their art. So I guess I'm sort of confused about
Selects.
Yeah, I
the
think,
wording on
I
that.
think that's just like an EEO statement, pretty much, that's how I take it. Like, when there's art calls, they kind of always say that, but I think they just tend to select the art, not the artist.
Okay,
So I think that's just like,
But the inclusion, I think, is usually said the other way around, right? Is that we don't choose
Yeah,
based on, right? You actually say that you don't
You don't.
look at your race, your color. your
right,
gender, any of that.
right,
So
and
maybe
so
we have her
I'm
reword
more
it.
confused on that.
Yeah.
Strive to include mural artists from.
well, I don't think we should say strive to include anything, I think we should just say.
I think we should just
opportunity.
say we're gonna, anybody
Yeah.
can apply and we're gonna pick the best art.
Yeah.
Say we welcome.
Yeah, we welcome,
Oh, yes, I love that, yeah,
we welcome artists,
Or we
yeah.
welcome a
Yeah.
wide range.
Oh, I agree, but again, I don't think we should stress it, I think what you're saying is right, don't stress that, you know.
I just figured that would be a
Strike that
given,
last sentence entirely.
Well,
but I
there's-
don't want someone to look at our list of artists and say it's the artists
Oh, yeah,
are
like you can have
wrong.
this.
and
way,
not look
this
at
way.
the art.
Yeah, right, so maybe we don't have any of those boxes on there, we just say an equal opportunity. Like,
Yeah, I mean, cause that's a given,
Yeah,
Well,
so you
that
can
we're
say
not gonna
EEO at the
discriminate
bottom.
based
Yeah,
And maybe
I
it's
think it
just,
is,
maybe
It
it's
is to
mentioned
us,
one
but is it
time.
somebody
we
that's
choose. Right?
do what?
No, I don't think that says equal opportunity.
What doesn't,
That, if you don't say it.
I don't think there's anything implied about diversity in Colorado.
Yeah.
what do you mean?
It is an
I don't know what you're
incredibly
saying.
white state.
Yeah,
Yes, it
yeah.
very much is.
It is, but I mean, like, I don't think there's anything about Boulder or the Boulder
No,
area that it almost seems
Yeah.
Well,
redundant to
here's the
me.
question, with that, with the information that's up in eligibility, we could just strike that,
I think you
that
should.
last sentence
Yeah, just strike
in
it.
number 2.
And were we gonna focus only on Colorado artists? I mean, what is this in?
Well, that goes back up to eligibility, you really should make that decision.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the whole point of this was to do Colorado artists.
whole point is to bring art into the community.
Yeah,
Right.
but also we want to try to focus on local artists, Colorado artists.
75%.
Yeah.
So focus.
Well, that's just,
If Banksy wants to show up and do a mural, we should say yes.
well, yeah, true.
I don't think we have fancy budget.
Yeah.
But back to the backgrounds, so do we, it's in here twice, right? So I think the eligibility one's pretty easy. You can either strike it or you say something like Chris, that we welcome all ages.
I don't think you even have to discuss it.
But
I
then
think
number
just leave it.
2 is like, tell us about you, because that's gonna be an important part of your application, right? I mean, that's what it says.
Yeah, but anytime you do an artist call, you always have something like that about you. You always have to submit an about you page.
I think
That's
it's
kind of very common.
So you could strike that last sentence,
Yeah,
because
and
they're
just leave it.
basically asking you to tell us about your background, your culture, your life,
Yeah.
all your stuff,
And
so that,
they even use the word strive in number 2. We shouldn't use it twice.
Yeah,
so
just
can
strike it.
we strike that last sentence?
The other 2.
Please do, yeah. Do we have to vote on that or can we just? do
No.
it? Okay,
This is just a draft.
okay.
But going back to eligibility, let's, have y'all make a decision on that.
On the
Colorado local, or like, what are you?
it's the 75% feels okay to me, actually.
I think it should be,
And it may
it
work.
should be all Colorado.
It may end up being all
But-
Colorado, but
Well, I think the other thing that came up in an email from Leah is if you include artists from out of state or like, just like if it's regional, national, or gosh, I don't think we'd go international. There could be travel costs and that would up the budget,
It's a
so.
cost
No,
saving
you
decision.
Yeah, I think it should be Colorado and we can't do travel costs.
Unless you wanna figure out a way to, I mean,
I know some artists that would love to just come here, because it's Boulder County.
That is true, I do. I mean, when I
And
go
if somebody
to.
it would have to be stipulated in here that travel costs are not covered though.
Hmm.
If that's the decision you make.
somewhere in here we say travel stipend limited, right? So we would say maybe hotel only.
No, stipend.
No, there should
Well,
be no, yeah, why
If
is
somebody
it,
comes from Pueblo, we're gonna, they're gonna need a room. It doesn't, they don't have to be from,
wait, we're paying for rooms for these artists now? too?
No, we are not, there's not a budget for that, this is
So we,
just a
that
draft.
needs to be removed.
I know, this is just a draft, so.
so, I mean, that would be one way about it. If you remove the travel stipend,
Yeah.
then you're probably gonna get local artists-ish or people that just care enough to crash off to.
It's under stipend.
How many walls?
You're
do we have
skipping
now?
that.
9?
How are you counting this?
So we'll have.
Well, the benches she projected to do in like 4 packs, like 2 or 4 packs,
One artist for 4 of them or something?
because they're so small.
Yeah, that's not bad idea.
So that we had 12 of them, so that would be
No, there are
8.
Eight. I think there's eight,
Yeah.
eight benches,
So that would be 2.
so that'd be 2 artists.
You got 2 bathrooms. Right? Got the wall at Bixby's Folly,
Breezeway could be 2 artists.
Breezeway,
Or one.
the underpass.
That's.
And the wall under the amphitheater.
Stage,
That's pretty small.
it's pretty small.
I've been naming them but not counting. What do we get to?
That's 7.
So,
So probably 8 max, I would think.
I have a question. Are we limiting this to only artists who have done murals before, experience
I
required,
think
or?
that's how she works, yes.
Okay.
They,
So then it's, yeah, so then you're not open to
Number
everybody.
3, number 3 shows experience required. Okay.
So it levels a good for this one. And this tree.
yes, murals are challenging to execute and take practice and skill. And then I think, theme, we were on the fence.
so I'm sorry, going back to eligibility,
Alright.
are we leaving it at? Well, it's just, I just wanna make sure I'm clear on this wording. Are we leaving at least 75%, or do you want that out? Do you wanna just leave it open? Like, how do you want this worded?
I think just leave that since we're changing the back, it says no travel stipend, I think that's fine.
And then we're good?
Yeah, I'm good with that, you guys good?
Do you want that 75% in there? Is it needed?
Well, we pick the artist, right? We're picking?
Mhm.
I don't think it's needed, and
That's fine. We don't have to say it.
Yeah.
We could, be biased in our selection.
yeah,
That may not be fair to have people, if there's no chance. If we already think there's no chance, we're gonna get a bunch of out-of-state people. We've been surprised before, the Vita Nova was not our most local artist and it was the best art.
And I mean, if you think about the mural that we put in down by town hall, like part of the process that you brought to the board, we greenlit the next one, right? So there's always something to be said about if you have more to pick from and you run out of budget or wall space, the board may find some magic money or help, pick a future wall.
Could be somebody so good that you're like, okay.
Yeah, we gotta
so
have
that's fine, we'll do a big wall,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
75%, right?
Or are we keeping?
We're removing the 75%.
I say remove it.
Okay, let's remove it.
Fine with me. Still picking the selection process, and if we're not paying, it's probably gonna end up being that way.
Yeah.
All right, theme?
So I do have one more question, why are we limiting to experienced mural artists? I mean, couldn't we be open to someone who's new?
That's, I think for a mural festival, you know, it's
It's
this
gonna,
is a business.
yeah,
And they're not really, I don't think, taking on,
learning curve time,
yeah.
yeah, factoring in.
But, you know, these are murals that need, you know, they need to be done by people who've done them before, so that they are done right.
And it calls for insurance and various other things too, right? So.
I need the health insurance. Do we have that thing?
That's what we're talking about.
And so we skipped ahead of last night on the schedule, somewhere in the schedule it says when we decide on a theme, but so I guess the question is, do we have a theme at all, right? And then when do we settle on it? Where is that in
I
here?
think the sooner the better, because I think even if it's a kind of high level theme, if something can get in there, I think that would be good. I think it would behoove us to.
So are we something of trees, a city of trees?
We already.
You already did say.
And we're not doing Arbor Day.
No.
So I think we had talked about
We did
maybe
no
one,
politics is what we
well,
discussed.
no politics, but
Yeah.
also something like trees or something like
We're
that.
also
would be a
Bird
cool
City,
theme.
we're
Yeah.
also Bird City too.
A bird city.
Oh, that's
Trees and
nice.
birds. Like that would be
Bird
fun.
City's new,
We
isn't
could
it?
do those together.
We should celebrate trees and bird city.
Trees and birds.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be so cool.
Yeah, nature.
Nature, yeah.
We could also unity, I don't know. I like the three of to the idea that that could be a little too limiting to size.
Depending on the style of their work, you
Yeah,
know, some might get abstract and comfortable with it, but you might also get very, very traditional.
yeah.
Who knows? I mean, both of our existing murals could fall under that category.
What, nature?
Yeah.
So do we
I'm not saying
just
it's
leave
a bad
it
thing,
vague as a
just-
nature theme?
Nature is very broad. It's very
Yeah,
broad.
it is. We just didn't want anything political.
Well, that's already written into, I don't think it's here, but it would be.
Right. Or preachy, we didn't want anything preachy.
Right.
That was the other thing, nothing that's gonna preach diversity or something like that, because that's, you know, everybody does that.
Yeah, it's
We want them unique, special.
polka dot.
Well, like saying trees is probably too specific.
Yeah, I think it should be nature, maybe, something generic, just nature,
Probably like birds and trees.
Yeah, nature covers birds and trees.
yeah.
What about some sort of like celebratory theme post-fire? Like triumph or
That's,
recovery?
I don't know,
I don't know if I would use for recovery, but it's kind of loaded in that.
yeah, I mean, it's,
But you could
Well,
start,
you could do regrowth.
well, that
sort
would
of
fall
that
under
and
nature as
nature.
well, nature regrowth, yeah,
and
I like that.
you could start the theme sort of blurb with Superior is a tree city and a bird city, and in that spirit, we would like the theme to be nature and regrowth.
I love that. I think that's perfect. What you just said, let's do that.
Does it have to be nature-y? Can it be something completely unrelated?
Hit us with it.
Yeah, but see, if you do that, then that-
Like an abstract or something.
Like colors?
it could be an abstract of nature.
I mean, cause if it's like, it's all a question of how someone interprets
Yeah,
the direction,
exactly.
right? Cause if you think about rhino, some of them are very unusual.
That's why I think if we just kind of leave it vague where it says nature and regrowth, that way we can get some of that abstract in.
Could be very geometric, and they're like, look, it's this guy.
Well, I mean, if you look at like Picasso and pointillism and all this other
Yes.
stuff, if you said birds and gave it to 200 different artists, you're gonna come up with some things that you never thought you would see that are gonna be birds.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? So not everybody's gonna be drawing realistic birds. You might get like birds with their beak over here and their eyes over here.
But maybe we have to specify that, we could say like, you know, the thing nature, what was it, nature and what, sorry,
Trees and regrowth.
regrowth,
Regrowth.
Or maybe we don't need anything.
abstract welcome.
Well, you know, I think the Rogers Farm, I mean, he did back mostly on Marshall Fire,
New life, yeah.
and that's a pretty.
The mural under McCaslin is also very. No, in Aslan, there's some.
There's a lot of pieces.
Okay, how about something like, the theme is broad nature and regrowth to encourage the artist to go outside of the norm or something like that, or they can. What's the word?
I think the simpler we keep it, the better.
Yes, yeah,
Sometimes just a list of words, and she can craft that, however.
so nature. and
Okay, so we're letting,
Yeah,
Leah write the
perfect.
actual, is that
Either that, or if we just give her the.
based on our sentiment of Tree City, Bird City, nature regrowth?
Mhm.
Okay, that seem
Is
reasonable?
there anything else you wanna add to that list?
So we want the theme to be based on nature and regrowth, right?
And no people.
Oh,
Remember we talked?
yeah, no people, well,
The people in politics.
no,
No people, no
no
politics.
political.
No,
no.
So kind of no human figure kind of a thing, you really
We want to,
rely more on nature and.
I think our biggest concern is we didn't want anything preachy, nothing political.
Yeah,
No big giant faces.
Yeah, we
but-
didn't want that because
yeah.
it's just, ugh, people are sick, I'm sick of seeing.
I'm just gonna put a little star, like
Yeah.
prefer no humans. Is that kind of?
Yeah, but also that, we don't want, just to let them know, we don't want it to be preachy, nothing political at all.
That's definitely
Yeah.
in there,
Okay,
so kind of human figures. This won't be super detailed, because again, this is just an RFQ.
right,
Where people are sending examples of what they've done in the past.
Yeah,
Okay, so we don't wanna give them too much detail
Right.
anyway, because they're not, until they're selected. And then once they're selected, then we do a deeper dive.
but at the same time, we want to make it, we want to see that they're not going to just submit all their preachy people things, and then we go, oh, no, yeah.
They will, because they don't read.
Yeah, that's gonna be the downside, is,
Or we get to pick the artists and then later we get to vet their
Okay,
designs, so.
cool. I'm so excited about
Hearing,
that.
talking to Leah, it sounds like rejections are unusual, right? We give the artist, once we pick the artist, we sort of, give them their latitude in general.
Yeah,
But
there's
if it
like
was,
a trust in that.
Yeah.
that they'll
but if
do
it was
a good
something
job.
vulgar that we just absolutely hated, we have that authority, so.
But this will be different, it'll be, like, council will see the artists that are selected based on their previous work, but we won't have like finalized designs to hand over and be approved.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's a little, it's.
The timeline won't. I don't know how they want it either.
That,
So, I mean, we may end up with something that we just hate. That's a little concerning.
that's how mural festivals are run.
Well,
That's almost how they all are, but, if you're looking at 10 or 15 images or however many of an artist, you get a pretty good sense of the work that they're gonna do.
but the July 23rd CAPS meeting says review and approve mural designs, right? So, I mean, if it's absolutely horrible,
Yeah,
we get our chance.
Yeah, okay.
but I'm just saying, it's not gonna be like a normal process, like when we select other public art, it's just a slightly different process.
Okay.
How do we preserve getting the funk?
Huh?
Getting the cool funky art, that's not just like staid public bullshit.
Yeah, that's hard.
I mean, it's gotta be worded the right way, so people don't just be like, oh, it's another fucking public art, low budget public art. It's trees and flowers.
like, well, would you describe our art that we have now as
I like the foxes.
lack of funk?
No,
Okay.
I do,
trees is gonna be kind of
some of it.
restrictive,
Yeah, a little
So-
blasé.
but
Yeah, but I mean, that's where I was thinking, like, nature, if you give something like trees to that many artists are not gonna just draw a tree. They're gonna be can be really out of box.
they can be.
They're not close.
Maybe it's just worded that, it's just noted that we're a tree and we're a city, but the focus is really on nature and regrowth.
That
So
might
that we
be-
don't get a ton of tree.
That might be sort of her motivation for having that kind of statement in the eligibility in the first place. Is to make sure that she gets diverse voices that aren't just
landscape painters.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Well,
I mean, I know we're not Denver and I know we're not Rhino, but it'd still be cool to have some really funky art around town.
I agree. I like just
I think we'll have some
lines
lines
and color and.
some of these mural artists around here, I know to do some fun stuff, like there's this gorgeous freaking huge grasshopper. That Louisville just wanted to. Looks like that would be neat.
The other thing too is I feel like if you don't get the pool of artists that you're really excited about, there's always pre-vetted lists that she has. That, you know, Boulder, City of Boulder has, there's a lot of other ways that you could probably do like an invitational if you needed to or wanted to.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, what do you mean, like, what if instead of a theme, we just said something about color and texture and,
You need a theme.
but I mean, like,
That could be the thing,
just like shapes.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
that way to bring out like,
That's,
I don't know, things that are like eye candy, but not necessarily a thing.
but that's why we're just saying nature, not trees and
But like,
birds and.
what if the theme was something like dance? Right away, you think of movement, you think of like all this stuff, and it'd be interesting, you know, so that's so abstract, obviously. But I see where you're going, like, what if the word alluded more to what you're
Color
talking,
and
like
pattern and
shape and
exciting,
color
yeah.
and movement or something like that.
I don't know.
But I think you get that in nature. I mean, to me, nature means everything, really. The natural world, everything around should also be abstract colors.
Sort of feel like they add funk.
Do you wanna add funk? We could add funk to the
Straight up add
let's
funk.
make the theme
Funky,
funk.
oh, we could do retro funky
Yeah,
nature.
I like that.
I like retro
That's
funky
immediately
nature.
colorful.
You know what, that
And
is kind
lines
of
and
cool.
pattern.
Retro
Let's
funky
do that.
nature. What do you think?
Or just out of the box, or, you know, like, we're looking for people to
We could
be
just,
creative, surprise us.
actually, Andrew, we could say we're looking for people who think outside of the box. Right there, that tells you that, you know,
Edgy
Yeah,
nature.
That's where we need branding.
Edgy.
Edgy nature, edgy creature.
Oh,
yeah, but then you're getting edgy, you're gonna.
Yeah.
Have like mating elk and
Yeah.
too much.
But I think I see what you're saying, and I agree, there's gotta be some terminology, maybe even she can come up with some way to word it that we want funkiness, you know, we want it to be cool and
Even that's in the
vibrant.
eligibility statement,
Yeah,
less in the theme, but somehow in the eligibility.
we want artists that
We
think
will
outside
select
of the
artists
box.
based on
Yeah.
their funk level.
Vibrant colors, retro,
Just keep
funky.
in mind that a lot of people think they're funky when they're not.
yeah, and
So
eligibility.
just wait till they
We'll
get the
decide.
artwork and you
want
do
this.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, can help you try a lot.
On the street.
I'll see
I'm
what-
out of. Okay, we'll try to relate
Yeah,
that to.
yeah, and then maybe she come up with something that, some way to word it, yeah,
Okay,
okay,
so
so we're on stipend now.
I would think, you're saying you don't want to,
No travel stipend.
and I don't think there was was there a supply stipend in there already in that budget?
It's in
Yeah, we
the
pay for supplies.
proposal.
Okay.
Yeah,
How much are
We
we
would
paying
just
that
be-
for supplies, do we know?
it depends on.
We're just
the-
Pay for their supplies.
Yeah, yeah.
So are we reimbursing them or paying them upfront? That's important to know for these artists. I always check
think-
that.
I think Leah was planning on supplying the paint.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
she-
doing the lifts, she's doing the paint.
So they're not getting changed, they're not getting a supply stipend, they're getting the actual supply, so we need to remove the supply stipend. Because that tells me that you guys are gonna give me money to buy supplies, but if they're getting the supplies for free or it's included,
Or like supplies provided.
yeah, yeah.
And this is the draft that goes back to Leah
Leah.
for her to publish.
Mhm.
Okay,
So
so
he-
she's aware of her own process.
Right, it needs to say supplies provided.
Well, I guess that's ultimately, I guess, up to Leah to administer, right?
Yeah.
And she might just be turning over some cash to them to buy their supplies.
Right, so she's basically subcontracting
Right, yeah,
with the artist.
so she'll have to,
Yeah, so we can definitely ask her so that we understand.
I would leave the limited travel stipend wording, not cut it off at zero, but just leave the door open.
Why? We can't.
We
That's
can't currently fund it.
right.
We get an amazing applicant from London. And we wanna add it to our town portfolio, and somebody wants to cough up the money. Don't rule it out.
Got it.
Or not
When I
everyone.
see that, I see that you're gonna give me money for me to go down to Denver and stay in a hotel to go ahead and do my art. That's what I see, a travel stipend. I'm thinking you're paying for my gas, lodging, and food, no matter how far away I have to travel. That's what you're covering. So that's what travel stipend implies for art.
Special.
Yeah,
Special.
so I'm gonna expect that.
Qualifications or.
Yeah, I'm gonna expect that, like I did a show in Pennsylvania, travel stipend applied, they've got to play for my plane ticket too, so that is what that implies. So that's my only concern there, is that, I get what you're saying, but,
And I think we took it out just because we're squeaking by
you know,
on budget anyway. We're like-
I think if we just remove it, then someone can ask, hey, do you have a travel stipend?
And then we can say,
Yeah.
no,
We don't, but if you are from another country, you can still apply, and we may consider you, you know? No, no,
If I'm on team, remove it.
okay,
it's just too tight this year.
yeah. I see.
Year two will be for our international artists.
With the bigger walls.
Yeah. And I guess that's something that I should mention that came out of the council meeting that we didn't mention earlier, was that the council members that were in favor of this were very much seeing this as the first of our mural festival culture. You
Yeah.
know, kind of,
Yeah.
right? Because
If
This is
it
our
works,
starter,
hopefully can do it again.
this is our starter festival.
Right.
So,
Well, and it might help demonstrate to Carmel, to
Mhm.
other parts of town, like how great this could be.
and it was mentioned in it, like, Neil, about, next year, budgeting accordingly next year, seeing how it goes, and then the budget process for next year, how we wanna allocate between this and the street fairs and caps and other things.
Well, and actually, I mean, that's not on here, but is this something that CAPC's doing every year? Or
I would
every
love
other
to see
year?
it continue.
Where are we gonna find the wall?
That's what I was just gonna say, we're gonna go down the walls.
There was.
How about a biannual?
That's, well, the only reason why I'm asking is because, that would need to be an agenda item for your dinner and your budget request for next year. But if it's every other year, then
Right.
maybe,
And I mean, maybe then we could sneak back in like the next year, some of the programs, what was it that got cut, that the council member was upset about? Some of the other things,
Just some like,
events.
yeah, there's some of the events at Civic Space and grand openings and
Yeah.
just.
Okay.
Parks,
Just cutting
They
little
were
things
upset
here and
about
there
being
from all the other events.
So,
You don't need security and safety at the events, those are optional, right?
oh, we don't have alcohol over.
So I was like, what? I'm kidding. No, it's just like, just little things from
Yeah.
buckets and pockets of stuff.
Well, hopefully, I mean, who knows if we're all gonna be here in 2 years from now, I mean, hopefully we will, but. We're just laying the groundwork for future councils to hopefully
it's
continue.
just something to think about. I don't think y'all need to decide right now, but it
What's
is
the-
something to think about.
I was gonna say, what's the renewal rate like on a mural where, starts wearing out and it's time to replace it? Is it 3 years, 5 years?
It depends on where it is. That's such a great question. I mean, if it's getting full sun exposure, it's only gonna last a couple of years. If it's, the two underpasses, those could last 10 years because they're just not getting any weather. So it really, depends. The benches, they're gonna get
They're gonna get worn out.
Yeah.
kicked, backs of feet and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it really depends.
So if anything ever does go up on the side of the sports table, it's not gonna be up there for very long before it's gonna need to be refreshed or painted over.
I think that, but it would also, I think it would need a lot of extra money
Fair enough.
for like UV
Yeah.
protection, like there's all kinds of other coatings you can put on to try to make it last a little longer, but yeah, with that western exposure and the wind and like everything, whoo,
We need
it's
to
gonna
make
take a
sure
beating.
that we stress that any art that is selected, all murals become property of the town of Superior, nothing implied. Or that needs to be put in writing, because we have done that in the past where we didn't, we need to make sure that's on there now.
It's in the agreement, right?
It's in the agreement.
But it should also be on everything else, anything that you send to the artist, anything posted, that it becomes the town's property. Because we've run into issues in the past where, you know, some people thought, even though the town paid for their art, that they still own it. So we want to make sure that.
Well,
doesn't
artists
happen.
usually always have artistic rights, meaning that they can have it on their website,
Yes,
you know, it's their art.
but we can have it on our website.
Right.
And can we like put it on a t-shirt
Sure,
or
that's what,
something? I
if
mean,
we take full
or,
ownership of
you
it,
know,
we can,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Right,
They
I
can
mean,
put, you know,
and meaning like we could paint Coyote on purple if we wanted to, because it's ours.
But I just want to make sure
But
that
that
that's
changes.
covered.
the artistic integrity, that's
Yeah.
not what the,
Discussion.
you know.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay, how are we feeling about the call in total here? Any further questions? Insurance?
Certificate of insurance, what do you guys need? The artist provides their own insurance, Streetwise isn't doing that?
That's
Should there be a little bit more about Superior in the first paragraph? A lot about visualize.
We could add our own.
Yeah, we need more in there.
Good point.
Maybe some stuff about capital.
we could put like,
Every time we have,
what Superior is known for, like
Yeah.
Costco.
Possible companies that we use research, they usually.
are already on that, these
Used
experienced
to be Land Rover.
artists, they already have that in place, because they're used to working in public spaces. So they
I'm still
usually
thinking of
already
artists that
have
we
that.
get that have no clue on where to get artists.
We have two, maybe one school.
Okay, anything
Brought the
else on
citizens
this
today.
draft?
So more about the Superior, Chris, that have the first
So,
paragraph.
where about the town?
Yeah.
Like that we a mining
We're
town
cool.
or like a historic,
Gateway.
The last thing we need to discuss is the title, and that's on, this 2006, festival info sheet. She just threw out a couple of ideas.
I love Leah and I love Streetwise's efforts, but that's way too much Streetwise. in those
Yeah, it
things.
is.
Well, one of them is Superior Mural Fest, right? I mean,
Streetwise.
Should it be town of Superior on the Northwest?
it's just Superior. It's the best one.
No,
It's just Superior. As the title.
Plain Superior.
Just Superior. I like Superior in the Northwest, I think keeping it simple is
Or
more.
town of Superior.
I prefer to see the town of, but if you guys are against that, I mean, there's a Superior, Wisconsin, like anytime I'm posting on, doing an Instagram post, I put in hashtag Superior, they come up. You know, so you have to type out town of Superior. At least I don't.
When it's on the flyers and posters and all that stuff, it'll have a logo.
Yeah, probably not. We do Superior Summer Concert Series, Superior Markets. They're all
I'm just saying it's not like we're the best, this is the best mural festival.
We
Whole
are.
wide world, we are, everything else sucks.
So
What-
are
what do you
y'all
call it?
saying,
The Superior Mural Fest.
Ooh, I like that too.
Just,
I kind of like that one, actually.
just doing Google naming here. We're calling it Google Calendar and Google Mail. And
No, I kind of like that, but the Superior Mural Fest.
Superior murals in the Superior town on the Superior day.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the Superior Mural Fest.
I like the Superior Mural,
that or just,
the, not the.
The Ohio State.
I like the,
We want to call it the Mural Festival to give it just a little more
Yeah.
classiness.
More class.
the Mural Festival.
also
In
for pressure.
I think we should have our town name in there though. It's not
Yeah,
like we're
just-
gonna hold it anywhere else.
It's Superior Mural Festival. Yeah. That's what
The,
she just added the last couple letters.
instead of best,
mm,
festival.
oh, yeah. Okay.
Hopefully we can call it the Mural Fest.
Oh, then that's not bougie.
I have a question, if, sorry, if we're done with title.
No. Yeah, we're done.
I think we're probably never gonna pay for the stable, right? I mean, that's a huge wall, it's gonna be expensive, it's private property, right? I don't think we're ever gonna.
Did they give us like an amount or anything, or they said we have to pay for it, or?
We haven't talked to them.
We haven't really talked to them.
No,
This
they've
is-
expressed through the chamber that they'd love to have the wall painted.
So,
So my exact question is,
yeah,
do we have any interest in just calling them and being like, look, this is happening on October 4th. If you guys would like to pay to have your wall painted at that same time, it would be opportunistic.
I love that idea.
The only, I do wanna just throw in there that when they were thinking about doing a mural, when they did their call, they made it very clear that they were gonna pay a stipend for a design, and that they were gonna have it printed on vinyl, on panels and installed panels. That they would not have an artist paint it on site. Now, that was probably just a budget scenario for them, but I don't recall what their cost was. I don't know if you would be willing if they knew how much.
We should reach out to them, find out.
For the
Yeah.
court stable wall.
That sounds cheap.
Yeah, no.
For that whole,
For 20 by 80, yeah. Or-
Yeah, and that was,
The tunnels were the same.
how long ago was that?
Yeah, with no scaffolding.
Yeah. But it would also add, I think that, does that include scaffolding?
no.
Yeah,
she
so
threw
it'd
that in
probably be
later.
a lot more.
Yeah,
So anyway, just throwing it out there.
yeah, we could definitely bring it to them.
And Carmel.
And Carmel, and
Is
we're
that
gonna
the
do the
dis-
same, we've started conversations with Carmel, same approach, hey, we're doing this.
Yeah.
You guys are interested, you're welcome
Is
to
that
jump
something
on
you
board.
guys do then, is you reach out to them? Okay.
Yeah, I think we should.
I think that's a
Sports
great-
Table is one of the most successful businesses we have, yeah, on that side of town, so maybe they've got the money.
Well, and it goes back to, you wanna try it now, you wanna try it at the next run.
Mhm. At least we know.
Every time.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. So if you all could just make sure to mark your calendars now for Sunday, October 4th. With the civic space being kind of the home base. We know that you want to be part of the festival, but we're probably gonna need help as well. Especially just with the home base stuff.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna say
potential
this.
community engagement, because
Yeah.
we talked about the youth component happening at civic space.
I think every cast member should be there.
We'll try.
I don't think any of us would not be there, unless it was emergency, but.
It's an election year, so you'll have at least a couple of candidates kind of be seen and be part of
Yeah.
everything.
Holding paintbrushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smiles for the camera.
So are we gonna, is she expecting us to like work with the artists, or are we gonna have like a cast members help, assigned to certain artists to help out or something like that? Do you remember that? I know we discussed like possibly having runners where the artists, have people assigned to them, go back and forth to Civic Center or something.
At this point, I don't think there was any expectation specific of cast. Unless there
From
was
Leah's
from
perspective.
Leah's perspective. So I think you guys can engage wherever, however it seems appropriate.
Unless we figure out that we need boots on the ground at civic space for anything, but we're not sure yet.
Yeah.
Either
I
way,
think
mark
we
your
should have
calendars.
it. Yeah, okay.
If you wanted to add in those.
Boots on the ground, I like, oh, military, look at you,
So what would be happening inside the civic space during this?
glad you asked.
She's thinking it like a, kind of a home base. There's gonna be an exhibit there that she's wanting to put together with the artist's work.
Mhm.
I don't know what else home base in her mind, do you know?
That should be their operational home
Yeah,
base.
shade and snacks and.
Supplies and that kind of stuff.
And we're also gonna have this fall festival at the same time? Okay, cool. Cool.
Lot going on.
Yeah.
But, like, I think, as she talked about long ago, the artists will start painting way before that Sunday. They'll be kind of close to the end on that day.
So they have to have it done by that date, right?
Yeah, in the
And
time.
what if they don't?
They're fired.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
out.
I know, I mean, what if someone doesn't?
Well, I mean, I
That's
think the
not-
point is just to make sure it's mostly done so that it looks interesting.
Okay.
So you
And that
just
they're
don't
not-
want them to be in the like, oh, I'm taping today
Right.
phase, or,
Because
you
people
know.
are gonna be coming by and talking to them and, you know, I think that's the other part of an experienced mural artist is they're able to work and then on game day, they're able to engage
What's our
more.
backup date?
The key dates,
There's
None.
no, you don't do
So-
but the key dates here start in September 19th for artist painting, right? We're giving them like 3 weeks to get these done, so there'll be some sun.
Backup days.
And if it's raining on our final day, then it's a wet release.
That's what we're doing? Oh, wow,
Rain or shine, bring an umbrella.
you guys can rush.
Yeah,
All right.
It's already shine.
It will be perfect. It'll be great. It's gonna be perfect.
No wind.
Nothing. It's gonna be nice and warm. No wind, God, don't make it.
No snow.
Yeah. Another winter like this one. Okay. There's something in here about choosing 2 of us for the review committee. I guess we can talk about that later.
Yeah, I just wanted to plant the seed, you know, when she was talking about the selection, you know, it'd be hard to fit everybody on that, which is, I think, at a minimum 2. But I think she said that it's also streetwise,
Couple from streetwise.
streetwise, it's not just all caps.
Well, I think,
But,
I think it should
we
be all
can't have
caps.
15 jurors is, I guess, the bigger point of this.
I like how you did it. When we did the jury, the voting, I don't see why we all can't have an equal voice in that, all cast members. I mean,
You just have the logistical component, but that becomes a meeting then,
yeah,
and then you have to follow all the rules and
but it was fun.
all that stuff with it.
Yeah, but I think we should, don't, I mean.
I mean,
you
I
guys-
think it's gonna depend on if Andrew's son breaks his arm that day, he's not gonna be here.
I mean, in my experience, in my time on
So,
caps,
Can wanna be here and wants to be here.
You know, we have our mural subcommittee members.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess that's what was on my mind when I mentioned 2 to her.
Yeah.
She asked how many,
yeah,
you know, if not all of caps, what would be the number? And I said, well, we have a subcommittee, which is 2,
and Sherry's my backup in case something bad happens to you.
but
I don't know.
whatever you all are thinking, you can let us know right now.
Well, I mean,
and that says April, so I'm gonna have to pick right now. I think it's fun. I've always thought it was
Yeah.
fun, but in my experience, it actually, when push comes to shove, it's only been a handful of us on the big
Yeah.
art selection. Rogers Farm was like 2 of those.
does anybody else really want to be on, aside from?
Yeah.
Yeah, you. So why don't we say 4?
I would
like to- Sherry would like to
just like to come and see what people are
Yeah.
submitting. don't
I
know
think
what
that's
they have to
good.
say.
4, yeah.
Let me find out if it's an online jurying situation,
Okay.
because that could change the logistics of having to call a formal meeting and all of that. So
Yeah.
stay tuned
Okay.
and we'll throw some updates your
And if we can't change it for 2, what we can do is, you know, you guys can see them and tell us how you want us to vote. You know, we can do that too.
You can help it master.
Yeah, you can say, oh, if you guys all say, oh, I don't like it, and I like it, then, you know, I'm gonna go to the majority and say, okay, we don't want this one, you know.
Yeah, Gigi, just let her know that we're all excited about it and see.
We
what
are,
she says.
yeah.
Okay, thanks.
We're all super efficient.
And artist probably would too, because she's also an artist. Yeah, cool name.
All right. Any other details?
I think this is good, guys. Everything's good. That's what I'm thinking. That's all.
So per the schedule, the next CAPS meeting is approving the final RFQ. Press release and marketing plan. Maintenance plan and life expectancy information.
Where are you at?
He's on
The colorful schedule.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And this could change, but anytime she sends us an updated timeline, I'll make sure you have it, okay?
Thanks. Yeah, no, this is great.
And just so there's no panic, we are still kind of going back and forth with the agreement. We may have to take it back to council because there might be some addendums, nothing major, but we're still fighting forward, moving forward. We just might, for fine print, have to take it back to council. Hopefully it'll just go on consent agenda, just so you don't get surprised if you see it pop up.
Well, thank you for doing that, so
Yeah.
that's a lot of work for us to do. So,
Agreed.
okay, all the stuff you guys are doing, thanks.
Let's put everything on consent, because we never pull anything from consent anymore.
Yeah, do it on the day they're talking about the school board.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that'd be great time.
Quick, just get it done.
Okay. Any last go backs on the mural festival? Okay, then let's move on to our discussion items, starting with the screenings. We talked about the upcoming one. One of the things specifically on this agenda was the schedule, because we've got November and December, and then you also had April. What was the?
We're fine, there was a potential run-in with Arbor Day something, but we're good.
Sort of. Okay.
So the screening schedule is still good.
But what are these? Typically, they are fourth
Thursday, no,
Or
Friday.
Friday. So it's just,
So November, that's,
it's November 27th, technically, the building's closed. And then December 25th,
perfect.
for obvious reasons.
And December's hard because there's all kinds of stuff, right?
December's gonna be jam-packed.
I don't know if I picked a movie for December?
Well, we'll still have the rights for just,
Oh, yeah.
We were thinking of trying to.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah,
yeah.
because we paid for it.
Well, if we did like towards the beginning of December,
That would be better, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would,
Yeah.
What days are you
Yeah.
guys thinking of?
Any Friday in December when we can work it in.
So around the first week is hard because we usually have the fairs and the craft shows the first and second week in December.
well, let's actually
But I don't
look at
know if we can
November,
also have
because then we
it
can pop the weeks out.
Oh, yeah, you also have the first Friday on.
So what if like November 13th or 20th?
I think the 10th is good. 20th gets close to when people like to go on vacation, right? What do you think?
It's gotta be the week before Thanksgiving.
The
Yeah,
13th?
people bailing
No,
on
the
Friday.
20th would be the
Yeah.
week before.
So maybe the 13th is better.
Maybe.
I mean, this year, baby, you tell us.
It's,
I mean, I think, how do you guys feel about doing the Christmas movie right at Thanksgiving?
Why not?
And then just skip December.
Yeah,
I like it.
you do it the 20th, and then it's like kind of leading into the holidays with the holiday film.
Kind of sign off then.
Yeah,
So that would be, so we do 2 in November or just the one?
maybe just the one.
Okay,
I don't remember what else was slated for
left
November.
behind is what I see on the original.
Left behind.
People start getting busy in December.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that's leading into January for Sundance.
Yeah,
And so I don't know if we want to think about,
Not competing or,
well, what else, how to help prep people for Sundance.
we'll be doing other Sundancey things in December.
maybe we could do like a Sundance party in December or something. I don't know. Something.
Rain.
Again,
We're all waiting down right around house that way.
Let's do a raid. That would be fun.
So we wanna go on November 20th.
November 13th or 20th?
20th, great. And that's gonna be for our
And no
December show.
December?
So November 20th will be for our final screening, right?
And I'm gonna just throw it out there that we always move the November and December CAPS meetings.
Yeah.
It's likely that you could be having your CAPS meeting on November 19th, right?
Before, just like now, but it's the day before. Yeah.
We will be expecting turkey and wine.
No gravy for you.
Should we do that, JG, just while we're at it?
Yeah, I
At the
think we
cast
should.
meeting, November cast meeting on the 19th?
So, yep,
So November cast meeting is on,
the 19th, if that works for everybody. And then your December one would be the 17th. Does that work for everyone?
Clear for now, it's a long ways away.
Long way off.
You said the 17th of November?
No, November 19th.
19th and
And
December
December 17th.
17th, okay.
well, I've got it, November 118th, so that's gonna be perfect.
And we just utterly failed to have our December meeting this year, so we'll hope to do better in 6.
Weren't all of us just really sick or something? I know I was.
Okay.
March work session is the next one.
Yeah, are we feeling good about the film screening schedule and then everything with the films?
I think so.
Okay. Then yes, so we're talking about meeting with Parks and, this is Parks and Rec, not the Parks Advisory Group, right?
Correct.
Down in front of the civic space to talk about options for sculpture garden, coyote hawk, some such thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to know how many of you could be available, because obviously that would be a weekday, to meet. Because we'd be looking at like the superintendent, Leslie, me, and however many of you could come.
What day are you looking at?
I don't know, I think if we can just, if you give me maybe 2 or 3 dates and times, then I could share. I think it, literally, we just would love some CAPS representation to look at that garden space and kind of help think about how
Okay,
sculpture could go in there so that they don't like go in with branding landscaping that we want to end up tearing out a year down the road because we want to put a big sculpture there.
so strike the whole week of the 16th through 20th at BDSD spring break.
Which is weird.
Well, that is weird. isn't
It's the first, yeah, first second one of my daughter's college spring break, which is really taking me out.
That's no.
So you said the 16th through the 20th is.
20th is no go.
A no-go.
Yeah.
The 7th is no, because you got, Louisville has that big, health thing going on. Right?
No, weekly
no,
available, JG, so I'm typically
And
available.
I will make every effort, pretty much whatever besides.
So the week of the 9th or the week of the 23rd?
So the 7th is when the town has that big pet prep seminar coming here, I think. Here.
That's a weekend anyway.
So
right?
that's, yeah, we're
Oh,
looking at weekdays.
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, so week of the 9th,
So, okay,
just, I will do what I can.
okay. Let me see what I can put together and I'll let you know, okay?
What did that map say he was gonna do? In March, yeah, 2 weeks, coming through.
Oh. What about the week of the 23rd? Because our superintendent's gonna be out for 2 weeks, we just heard today. So is the week of the 23rd okay?
It's no different.
Obviously, he's not gonna be doing any work in this little garden that he's done, so. All right, week of the 23rd. Thank you.
So you're just gonna let us know you have to, okay.
Okay. Let's see, if nobody minds, I think I would like to do C last and we can just run out our time on that. So we can get to these other things.
We just did see, didn't we?
So we
No,
can-
It'd be,
Oh,
okay, so let's talk about this digital art exhibition strategy. I think there's two questions. One is where does it go? And the other is what do we put on it? And I want to decide the first one. I think the second one's pretty easy, honestly. I don't think it's gonna be hard to find content in them. So where does the committee want these things to be? Right now, they're in a storage locker. One is here. I think it felt like civic space is an obvious place, but there's stuff already up and wall contention, but
Is there space in your mind for a monitor, if there is here?
I think in that
So there's like a lobby.
downstairs, yeah, downstairs in that open room where you have the tables and chairs out, I think in there would be perfect, yeah.
we have 5 of these things too, so.
Okay, well, let's do all 5 right there.
Okay.
Like a one, I mean, one downstairs, one upstairs.
Why not?
This is kind of jumping ahead to E, but could we bring one to a booth and put it up outside?
Oh, that would be
Sure.
good. That would be
Got
possible.
power?
I was gonna ask if I could borrow a couple for 4th of July to display 250, 150 historical exhibit stuff.
Oh, that would be cool.
I would love to have them used. They're not easy to move, which is part of the problem that we're trying to solve here. But
I think they'll fit in the trailer, in the events trailer. I might have to do it one at a time.
yeah, no, that's what we were,
That'd be cool.
that's what we were gonna, we decided after moving them for the, what did we do last day? I think, or something, that we were just gonna move them in our cars from here on out, so.
I think that's a good idea, have them like available for loan outs, have two available for stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was,
Yeah.
We could take them
one
on
of the initial pitch ideas,
Yeah.
try to engage other towns too, with
Yeah.
their art programs.
Yeah,
And have them co-curate stuff and just because they are portable-ish.
yeah.
Right. But it,
So, and how many do we have total?
5.5,
Yeah,
right?
Five. So we've got one
Five
here,
on wheels,
right.
if we do one
one in
here,
box.
and one downstairs at Civic Center, and one upstairs at Civic Center, and then just keep two mobile?
And then that begs the question, is this like a mobile gallery that we take all 5 and put them in an arc and have an artist program them all, or are they onesie twosies all over town?
Wednesday, Tuesdays, all over town. I won't have that. I don't.
I think having them different is a great idea.
Okay. That's why I get paid the big bucks.
Do you think mounting them in the civic space? Like 2 of them get mounted forever and
If we can, sure.
Is that possible?
I don't know.
Michaela?
I don't know if we have any walls right now.
there's a wall, there's not a lot of
Well,
stuff.
and most of those ones are concrete.
That's not a problem.
Super cool. Duct tape.
And we're putting up those sound barrier things on a lot of
Sound
walls too.
panels are going up. I don't know, if anyone wants to pop over at some point, I'm there most of the time, we can look at wall preferences and if we can kind of decide from there. I think it would just depend on where we want them.
Okay,
So I envision it in the downstairs with the table and chairs in the center, maybe between. Or at an angle, so when you sit there, you can see them and watch them, because there's nothing in there to watch except stare outside. So that'd be kind of cool.
and that changes, I guess, the acquisition strategy. It's not a digital gallery per se, it's just a scroll that's in a couple of places in town, like this one is over here. And
It changes the what?
it changes the, you're not looking for an artist to program a room essentially, right, with,
Yeah,
so if there's just one downstairs and one upstairs in the civic center, what you're asking the artist is, do you have a slideshow that we can put on? Which is, okay, that's okay, if this, we just need to know that it's that and not 5 screens around a room that we're gonna have a reception at or anything like that.
yeah, it's unfortunate because that was a really nice way to do the photograph exhibit that I did.
That was cool. Yeah,
But you could definitely like bring on an artist and have the show on one monitor, right?
but I mean, couldn't we also, I mean, the monitors, don't they have the little spots where you just like, I don't know, like put a memory card and pop them in there and show them, do digital shows that way wherever they're at, if we wanted to, right?
It's almost that easy,
Yeah,
not quite that easy,
okay.
in my experience.
But almost, but it's possible.
But it's okay, it's just a question of whether, it's like, my daughter made the one that's over here in the corner. And it just scrolls the town's art, and that's great, that's easy enough to do.
So if we have one here,
Yeah,
and we put one in the civic center, and then 3 floaters.
No, 2 in the civic center, one downstairs, upstairs, and then the 2 floaters.
So you could do
The
like a
upstairs
small
one might be harder than a little bit because of the events upstairs.
Yeah, maybe I'm not in logistics, you have to figure it out.
That one would have to be on wheels for sure,
Oh,
because
yeah, okay.
that space is used for big events.
Having things on wheels is scary, man, that would just, to me, that exposes stuff to getting damaged.
they're already on the racks. And if we could
So
store
just
them.
saying, so one for
Store
sure,
them
is that
in
Yeah.
the civic-
2 has to be able to flex out.
Well, 2 mounted, but the 2 that are left on wheels, right, where, when you say 4th of July, where did you wanna use them?
We're
In
gonna,
the park? Or
yeah,
in this-
community park, we're gonna set up a big tent exhibit.
next to historical, so it'd be kind of an arts and history / events.
Because if the two mobile ones manage to find a place to live in a back room in a civic space, then you could pull them out and do a little gallery of three without having to move them back and forth to garden.
That would be ideal.
But you don't have.
So that still means you can still use them.
And then they could get rolled out for the downtown events and stuff, right? You could put them out
Yeah, you guys can
No,
roll them out like at markets.
at the markets, yeah.
You just don't have a lot of storage space.
I mean, as long as nobody needs an emergency exit and back past my office, they'll be fine.
He's jumping.
Yeah, that's where the stages are right now. We could probably, I mean, two, wouldn't feel less to figure out somewhere to put them.
You have room to store them in the art room now too. So you have that whole, there's that, the utility sink, there's that corner. I don't know, maybe, it seems like that's a lot of room in the art room. Maybe one can be stored in there if you have to.
Yeah. We should come around.
Okay, so let's just like loosely look into the idea of having one here, two at the civic space mounted, and two at the civic space floaters that can be used for events by all of us. See if we can make that work, and then, so then for programming, they're gonna look better if they're showing something, you know, a bunch of black screens on the wall, so. Does anybody object if I just start? Go to Facebook and ask for local artists who wanna show their work, and great.
Well, like what, you want, local artists, because I mean, we have other gallery managers that can hook you up with some local artists that has one.
Probably,
We got a really cool
call.
Yeah.
I don't think we can just do.
They just send you pictures of their art.
Do they have to be legit artists?
I'm not a legit artist, I have a gallery.
I'm thinking like more, you know.
But I
I mean, I
think
think
since Caps is part of the
An
town,
up and
we would
coming
need to
artist.
do a call.
We have to
need
get a call.
Yeah, we can't just put something out on.
Why?
Why is that?
Why can't
Because Caps is part of the town.
Right. But couldn't we just post on Facebook for
We would
the
need to
town
put
website?
an approved language together because it would be a town endeavor. This is not a personal.
Well, let's do it then.
All right,
Let's
if
get it
that's
through
what it
Monday.
takes, then let's put it
Yeah.
together, cause we'll need, and we get a dozen of them and rotate them out or whatever.
Do we need a subcommittee for that then too, or can we just, we do?
Probably.
Subcommittee for what? Selecting?
Yeah, you'll have to have a process of some sort.
We can do it.
I mean,
Right, it just is.
I
I was
mean,
gonna
no.
say, the process is Drew likes this one the most, is that okay?
No, because if it goes townwide, you have to have the cast members select it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's a committee endeavor, it has to go through the protocol and.
Robert's rules.
Yeah.
Can we also get it posted like Boulder County Arts and the other works?
I think once we have it together and we have our package of language, we can post it in other places, yes.
Great.
Nothing is ever as simple as just being able to do it, is it?
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
I literally have a note here that says, can I ask Facebook?
On your own,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but if,
Gotta
you know, this is part of a town.
It makes sense, yeah, we want to do it right.
All right,
We don't want it to
Be done right.
JG, you and I try to get a call together for the next meeting? Sure. Thank you.
Sorry, what are you gonna do with it then?
Get a call.
We have to get,
Okay.
we'll bring the caps so we can approve a call, and we will make a call.
We're gonna bring it back, I guess.
And in 4 months from now, we'll put slideshows on our TVs.
I mean, another idea, just throwing it out there, that the artists that you end up selecting for the murals, you could show their artwork
Oh,
on one of the screens.
that's a pretty cool idea too.
Possibility. I mean, because Leah will be putting together an exhibit, and there could be like a supplemental exhibit that's on
That's
screen
what it
as.
What if maybe it's a
That's teaser,
chili
the
fest?
covers from your,
So, going back to this, we need some way I can word this, are we gonna say that this is, you're gonna bring this idea to the next meeting about a local artist artwork gallery event or digital event?
But
What
well,
do you want it to say? What do you wanna say?
Just rotating digital art,
Okay,
not an event.
okay,
It's just
Or
opportunities
digitized art.
things that we're gonna call out for, yeah.
okay.
And then let's talk about these booths. So if you look at 6E, there's a number of booth opportunities here, which we could do something at. We have to decide what to do. We have to choose to be there and man them.
And don't be overwhelmed by the long list. It's just, I shared it with historical and they were like, oh.
I will also say that I've been suggesting, just because all of the committees are running a little low on membership, that there's always the opportunity to booth share. So you don't have to man a whole booth, you know, you can have a CAPS table and a historical table and a park table, one person from each group. So it's a little less overwhelming, or you don't have to be there at all.
Yeah, you
I
don't.
mean, yeah, we got stuff to say, I think, right?
Yeah,
We
we
can
do.
engage about the films, we can engage about murals, we can engage about the Marsh Fire Memorial.
Let's just put it all on the screen and turn it on.
Do we have any
That was
swag to
at
give
the
out?
Winter Festival, there were several booths that just.
But do we have anything to give out, like other?
You would need to plan all of that,
We need swag, man, free stuff, we have nothing.
like any visuals, anything, you all would need to plan that and.
Do we have a swag budget? No.
You just canceled one of your film festivals, so there you go.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, there's $400 left.
small swag, I think we can get the pencils, 200 pens or pencils for that.
We're gonna do swag.
We need to do it,
It's gotta
right?
be not too junky.
No, it's gotta be good.
That's what I'm always
But
against.
good
Yeah,
swag is
Our
first,
staff was
yeah.
really considered, they didn't want anything that was just cheap, plastic garbage.
Like, could we put like
No
a
cups.
box on a sticker, like a water bottle sticker, like from a mural? Could we
That's
do like
awesome.
that type of thing?
Yeah.
Or something that somebody would actually want?
Water bottles.
Well,
That would be
water bottles are a dime a dozen nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like art has to be.
Same cups.
Stickers, you could pull stuff out of the murals, like the Robin Hood.
Yeah, something like that. That would be cool.
Sure, take it as a sticker.
Yeah, any of them.
With some of our art photos on there would be cool too,
Mhm.
something,
All right, so these events, sounds like we're interested in doing at least something.
yes,
4th of July, I'm 100% not here, but I don't have to be here.
I'll be here,
I'm not here.
I'm here.
It's my birthday.
Do you want to be standing?
Fireworks for your birthday.
She's gonna be.
No, it's really July 3rd.
Well, we don't have lawn then, because we're talking during July, we have to figure out what swag, how much we want
I
to
was
spend. and get it
thinking-
going.
We
Well,
could
you have
do
to
chili
probably
fest.
look at your budget too, which is, happens to be on the back of the agenda.
It's just the pancake, that's.
No, there's the chili and beer. The chili and beer have chili still?
It's gonna be expanded, not just chili in a pot, but chili everything, chili fries, chili, more food festival,
I like
less
the way you're thinking.
giant hot pot of chili when it's already 90 degrees outside.
So how much money do we want to spend on swag?
Well, I guess, I think. Before you go there, you have your programming budget, and you have your public art acquisition. So your programming budget is pretty much already accounted for. So swag, I guess, if you get public arty with it, you could maybe justify taking it out of that budget.
And I was kind of thinking maybe we work on our date first, because if we're talking about a summer market in September, then we got some time to let the budget shake out a little bit and figure out how that's gonna work.
No, they begin in May, right? The summer markets.
But
start.
you're trying to really nail down, right?
Markets are flexible, there'll be a designated town booth space for all of them. And if you do something inside, like just put the, screens up, that's easy.
Okay.
I like the summer market idea, because the other things are things I like to go to. You know,
Yeah,
I don't wanna sit in the booth for the beer festival, I
I
wanna.
was gonna say, like, how could you have a presence but not have to man a booth?
The summer markets, yeah, great, I don't mind sitting, those
Well, they're
summer
there-
markets are lovely to
we're
be
there
at,
anyways, we'll be parking still.
and the weather will be nice, you know, for some, you just pick a summer market. June or July, it'd be warm.
Well, we should definitely have some swag for the fall fest, mural fest.
So do we want to do the chili? I think we should do chili fest too, because the others do chili fest as well.
Again, you have to be able to commit to be there, to run and
Be
the
voluntary.
whole entire time.
For now, I'm here, but I have Parkinson's, so it's kind of.
It's a 4 to 5 hour commitment.
Yeah.
Virtually. I just wanna throw that out
Is there
there.
anyone else that can help with Chili Fest? If not, then we just can focus on the others.
I mean, I can, but,
You and I do Chili Fest?
I mean, can we get our stickers by then?
I don't know.
But the reason I think I would do Chili Fest is because I am highly invested in this mural festival and I would like to create some hype.
Oh yeah, that would be really good. Yes, let's do it then.
And educate people and then tell them it's coming up, and that's close enough that
We need flyers.
they won't forget,
Yeah.
you know, if we're talking about it in May. It
How
won't
many
be
other
relevant.
committees have booths at Chili Fest? I know almost all of them do it for.
Is that the preferred one?
Aces usually does Chili Fest, Park, OSAC,
So half of them.
half, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, and historic doesn't, because they just like July 4th.
Well, would they want to do a booth with us at Chili Fest?
No, they absolutely are locked down with Chili Fest.
Did we do? Okay.
They're very out.
I love the idea of, you know, doing the chili, any of them to just boost the mural fest. Yeah.
So maybe tentatively, as it nears, again, you know, you need to commit to being there.
Okay, so we know July
Charlotte,
4th is a big one that you're saying you think we should do.
I'm just saying, whatever you decide on, if you have to be able to hold the fort, work the booth the whole time.
I think you'll get more bang for your buck at Chili and Beer Fest, it's far bigger.
People are very friendly at
Yeah,
Chili.
yeah, they'll hang out, people for 4th of July, they come, they
You're
just
chatty.
pancakes and they get out.
All right, so let's not do
People hang
chili
out.
fest, let's do the chili fest then.
Back and forth.
Who's gonna be here? I'll be.
Can't
So-
promise.
For Chili?
20th anniversary.
Oh, well, mine's the 13th.
Well, it's actually the 2nd of July, but we're not gonna be able to go
Like,
Mm.
the fire.
Oh, yeah.
for our big trip until September.
4th of July. That's Memorial Jam.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that weekend is my daughter's birthday and right before our wedding anniversary.
I will be here for Chili Fest on September 12th again, however, we do have Parkinson's, so I can't tell you if something happens and I can't go. It'd be good to have some backup, just in case. What? It'd be good to have some backup for the Chili Fest, just in case something happens.
So right now we have 2 of you.
Right now, we have,
And I will go,
maybe
I
share.
will go if I'm in town. I will
I mean,
100%
we
go if
still
I'm
have artists who's not here, and we might have another
And we
member
might
by
have
then.
another member, yeah.
You never know.
Or I'll volunteer
we
my
might be
entire
down
family,
there by
like
then.
I always do. I love it when I do that.
Okay.
I'm putting in nothing.
I might come too.
And then regarding the swag, the stickers, how do we,
Didn't we look at this one? before?
who could do that?
I mean, I know how to make stickers on like Vistaprint.
Yeah, I think.
You can
Yeah.
order on.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like a photo of the
And
mural. and
upload the art.
print it
But
and-
I think we're gonna have stickers, we're gonna have other things too.
Easy.
Um,
I do that all day long.
It'd be nice to have some other things. We need flyers about the mural fest, we'll need that, so we can hand those out.
If I take some photos and send them to you, can you start drafting sticker ideas?
Yeah.
Okay,
We need to run it through comps too.
or after, make it and say,
Are we allowed to do
make it
it?
and say, how's this?
Are we allowed
Well,
to
if
do
it
it?
has the town logo on it, we need
Oh, I'm
to
like,
see it.
Oh,
no, it'd be the art, no, it's
just a captain of the art. Put out.
Yeah.
Nothing else on it?
like one of the boxes, just the box that you
Okay,
put on
are
your one
we
wall.
allowed to do like a free raffle?
Ooh.
Because
yeah.
there's this company that makes stuffies out of art.
Mhm.
We did it with my daughter's art. What if we did like a stuffy out of one of the foxes or some, or, you know, snow art?
Mm-hmm.
But that, and then like had people come to the booth and the kids or whoever could write their names.
Why don't
down.
we get donations too?
I mean,
I
I don't know.
know
how to-
this is-
We don't.
No one knows how to take donations.
But
Ah.
like, it's just, I'm just thinking of like drawing traffic too.
I like that idea, yeah.
Like the wheels are
Why am I
always
giving these
great.
ideas? Cause then I'm gonna be in
No,
trouble.
I like the raffle idea, I think that's cool.
I don't know, just a different way to draw people in. So it would be like potential swag
Yeah,
that's cool.
that you
But
could
you-
possibly win.
Yeah, but you definitely could not give one to everybody,
No, I like that.
but it's a way to
Going
engage.
back to the photo capture, could you in small print at least indicate the art, give credit, image credit?
Sure.
Yeah, I think we should, as a courtesy, we should do that.
Like in a sticker.
Yeah, like on
Yeah.
the outer edge,
Yeah.
the title and the artist.
And you could, and not obviously do the logo, but maybe Town Superior, like, not huge, but just think about some image credit in there. And then I'd love to see it, and then it'd probably be me who would need to order it so I can pay for it.
Okay, so that's for the stickers, right?
Yeah, sorry.
And then for the stuffy, you just have to get that information to JT.
Well, I would want you to do the research.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And sometimes you can even get
I
them
need
to
help with some of
donate.
this is what I'm saying.
We got
like
them
Chris
to
is-
donate, a stuffy to our school auction.
I am great at getting donations, man.
Which I
Just let
will
me know.
track that, so,
Send
I
me
mean,
the
it's
info for
possible,
you.
because it's good advertising for them, to say, look what you can do with your kids' art, we did it with our town art, and you can win it.
Can we get item donations, Neil?
What are you laughing at?
Can we
I
get
said, let's
items?
do Silencio.
I just stuff it.
We're okay getting donations
Just that.
for events. There's no like anything we have to go through, any. Like if we reach out to
Do a
them and
test.
say we're looking for donations for a stuffy for the
Flash
church
file.
fest. Yeah, no, it's an item donation. It's okay.
Well, and the group would have to agree and figure out who's doing the reaching out so that we
Yeah.
know. Because
Okay.
on behalf of the town, if you're asking for donations, then
Yeah.
staff needs to be aware of that.
Okay.
Just so that nothing kicks back and go like, what?
Yeah.
I think it's all good food for thought. I think the sticker thing is a great idea to get started, the stuffy thing. We would need you to lead
I could
that.
totally do that,
So that-
because I already done it, and I bet I could get them to donate it.
And they could make a 3D thing out of the 2D box picture or
Yeah.
whatever.
It's really cool, like I can show you, so. Like, see this little boy drew a little thing there,
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
and then they create this amazing stuffy that's like exactly.
And how much is it from that drawing?
I mean, I think they're typically, depending on the size, about $75.
Let me look into
But-
the agreements for reproduction.
Yeah, cause.
Because I
we have
don't
to
wanna,
figure out-
yeah, with
Don't
our,
wanna get
so
rid of it.
before we do.
But it's a cool gift idea for your
That's
kids.
why we gotta make sure we have that on yours.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Well, they've gone up in price.
Embroidery, she's got it.
Get the groundwork and see if they're first, like, willing to do it, and then we discuss it at the next meeting.
Yeah, and so
I could
can
bring
we,
in my daughters.
so everybody, can we
Yeah.
hold off on producing
Yeah.
anything? Let me look at our reproduction
And we'll have to figure out
language,
how
the
we budget, how we
agreement,
budget for it as well.
and your budget.
I mean, the good thing is, it's just like a small one.
So we will finalize the swag budget at the next meeting, right?
Sure.
Concepts and costs.
The sticker printer I use is called Sticker Mule.
Oh, I used to agree with that. But good, yeah.
We can get somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 stickers for about $400.
And those keep. And they're flat.
I still have our 900 from the election 3 years ago, if you need any more.
It's hard to get rid of some.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if we need that many stickers though. I mean, how many people would want to take stickers? 'Cause stickers are pretty much a key thing.
1,000 at Chili Fest.
Oh, maybe we do need that many.
I mean, if they're actually cute.
Yeah.
Couple different types.
I like what you did with the colored books. I think those things are cool too to have. Do you have any more of those?
I don't have 5,000.
Okay, but do you have like 100? Oh, yeah, that'd be cool for swag as well.
We also, my computer ran out of juice, but we have $1,000, I think, for the digital art, which it sounds like we're not gonna spend any money on, we're just gonna, people, locals will volunteer.
That's just so many images.
right, and people be willing to put their stuff up. Okay, so there'll be places we can move stuff around.
So what about the other dates? So we're definitely gonna do Chili Fest, but are we gonna do the summer markets and Fall Fest too? Winter Festival?
Well,
No, you'll be at
we're doing
Fest.
Fall Fest, I don't think,
Mural Fest. It'll be Fall
Oh,
Fest
yeah, that's
slash
true.
the Superior Mural Festival.
Okay.
That might be good.
Yeah.
Winter Festival,
Is anyone doing summer markets though?
I think it's some market would be cool, yeah,
Are you gonna do it, Andrew?
sure,
Okay.
I could manage some market. Especially if we have the screens, so we roll the screen out, put a scroll up. We'll have stickers by then.
I think it'd be good too to have somebody here work with me to create some splash pages for the screen so that it's clear that it's coming from caps.
Yeah.
And we may wanna produce, you know,
I
one of
just
those
need
like
help doing it.
skirts for the table or something with showing some of our, you know. Or posters or something, Marshall Fire Remembrance and various other things, but that's all. I would probably do one. Yeah, maybe the June one. I have to look at the calendar.
So you'll let it, maybe next meeting, pick the dates then of the summer markets you're gonna do?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, just to remind you, just because the whole list is here, doesn't mean you have to do the whole list.
Oh, I think
Just saying.
we just did two.
Yeah.
Two is plenty.
Yeah.
Well, you got three.
Spring and fall.
Yeah,
just
I think
said
that's
three.
good.
What, three?
We got,
Chili Fest, Fall Fest, and a
No,
summer.
we're gonna
Fall
be.
Fest, we
Fall
just had.
Fest, so-
yeah,
We're not doing a booth specifically at Fall Fest, right?
I think we should.
But isn't Fall Fest the mural festival?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what are we gonna do, promote the mural festival?
We're gonna be in the civic space doing that stuff. We're gonna,
Oh, yeah,
Potentially.
true. We'll be there anyways.
Guys need t-shirts.
oh,
We have t-shirts, we have those. Oh, I've
Top
gotten,
shirts?
yeah, I've gotten like 2 or 3 of them for the different events.
I still
don't know if
have
They're
them.
just for caps now, are they?
Yeah.
We do have cap shirts, the black ones, right?
The cop shirts.
Yeah.
I don't
Cap
have shirts. The only shirts I have are the big, really ugly orange ones that say
Oh, I know.
volunteer.
We have the black ones, but those are
Husband
hot.
hates them.
all the.
He's a take that.
So we do have the black shirts for, that have caps on there.
I
The
know.
button, it's like
I
polos,
have
right?
some,
Yeah, yeah.
some of you were willing to wear them, some of you were not.
I have mine. I even have the caps,
And the
the art
back
caps
say
from
like,
Chris.
for Fox's sake or something like that.
It's the art and cop shirt, remember? We were joking about that, cause they look
Oh,
like.
yeah, that's right.
They look like cop shirts.
They're a little warm in the summertime now. I remember that I was sweating a lot when I wore it, but it was great in the fall. So we'll have
Well,
those.
Chris and I will work on extracting some imagery from the art and we can talk about how we proliferate that into shirts and stickers and.
Well, going back to that, I do think we should all, at the caps events, I do think we should all have uniform caps, shirts.
Again, that all comes down to your budget, so you have to think
But
about
you
that.
still have some of the old ones, and it just says caps on there, right?
Mhm.
On the back.
Can we make them more fun at some point?
Yeah, it'd be fun too, but if we don't have the money right now, we have those that are still good.
All right, we good on events?
Can we get a wife beater cap shirt? Hey,
I would go.
I wanna be able to breathe.
All right, last thing, let's go back to C, which is ARTery in the 2026 art acquisition strategy. Just need to be thinking about it. Sneaks up on us at the end of the year. One of the things that I think I want to promote is just a reminder that we have talked about moving Coyote Hawk. And we're gonna meet in March and look at that spot. So it's not gonna be free to move it. So, you know, I think, I can't remember if the computer died, but I think we're at 25K, something like that, was in that art and installation budget. So significant chunk of that may just go to putting Coyote Hawk somewhere better. But
Yeah, I think that that's gonna depend a lot on if we can keep it internal as far as using our crew and what, you know, we don't have a lot of equipment, but if that's, or not, if we have to, you know, if we rent equipment, if we don't, if we have to hire, if we don't, all of that. So I think once we figure it all out, we know more.
But this line item here says art acquisition strategy, right? So what will our strategy, what should our strategy be for 2026? How does the group want to decide?
Do we have to move Coyote Hawk this year? We have to move it?
Don't
Oh,
have
we
to,
don't, okay.
It was just a thought
just not in a very good list.
you've had for a long time.
Yeah. Where were we gonna move it to? I don't even.
Well, it was gonna be near the civic space,
Oh, yeah.
and that sort of makes it closer to the ARTery.
And most
I'd
people
like to
walk
buy
down.
another one of those, with something different. Those were just, I love that Coyote Hawk, it's cool.
Yeah, and that could be a strategy. There could be something we want, or there could be a location in town on the ARTery. We could decide that we're gonna spend the next meeting figuring out what the ARTery actually is and where it is and fix it. And so we can stop saying, yeah, it's not TBD, you know.
And I guess when, if, at March, if we meet with them, we can ask if we don't move it now, are we gonna lose our spot to put it there?
Or could we see
Somebody-
if there's something else that artist
So like,
has that we can buy?
Are you gonna landscape the heck out of that little area if we don't?
That's why,
put it in?
that's why it's
Yeah.
important that you all are there.
Right.
You say, you know, we're gonna put one piece of art here, or we eventually
Vision
wanna
for
put
more.
3,
Right,
you know, like we want this to be a sculpture garden.
Yeah.
They just
Which is
try to be
really cool idea.
proactive and so that they don't do massive amounts of work and then we end up taking half of it out. to put
Right.
Concrete pads. It would
Totally.
be good,
Hmm.
like if the concrete pads are built into that landscaping plan.
Yeah,
Or pedestals even, like if they're higher up, you know.
so if we're talking about the artery, we decided to like toss out the ideas that we had for like the play gardens, or was it the clay garden? Something else that we were gonna do, you know, with stuff that the public made
Yeah.
events, like Sherry's
Peace,
thing.
peace poles, we ended
Yeah.
up just not having the energy for the clay. And what, I think we got one pole worth of stuff, but you needed about half of them.
But she had all the materials and it just kind of fizzled. I mean, it's still possible though, right? To do stuff like that, or is it too late, Sherry?
Well, I thought you donated one or two,
Yeah,
so I got the blaze.
Well, let me ask it this way, a lot of our current efforts are between Founder's Park and downtown. That's where a lot of our art is now, and we had talked about focusing, getting critical mass in the first part of the ARTery. Do we continue that strategy and just work on that corridor? Or do we start to feel like our creek could use some shine? Or,
you mean the creek, it's along, up by Safeway, that creek, or the creek?
Caps Creek,
I said Rock Creek,
Caps Creek,
Caps Street,
Caps Creek, I think.
yeah, Rock Creek Ranch.
Do like looking at the whole stretch and dividing it into segments.
Yeah.
I think that's what we need
So
to
that
do.
you know what they are, what stretch of space it is, so that you can plan a little easier, so that you all understand what segment you're
I sort of
talking
had a little like subway map thing that I had made, it's a difference.
Yeah,
about. Break it into chunks.
I'm just afraid that if we keep starting like bulk of everything like downtown, we kind of, I don't know, a lot of people complain about how everything goes downtown and nothing goes anywhere else, you know?
And we could, yeah, I mean, we could make the map, we could formalize the map
Let's do
and,
that.
and say, look how great we've done on this part. That was stage 1, now we're gonna
Yeah.
start creeping our way towards Eldo or whatever. You know?
Well, our originally idea was to start at the top and then work down towards downtown, right? Isn't that what we were gonna do?
Well, we anchored it with Coyote Hawk, and we're talking about moving that down.
Well, then maybe we don't move Coyote Hawk and we just go back to that,
Get
the
that.
original plan and just
And
get
I
going on
keep
it.
working on getting those shrubs yanked out.
Well, that was partly because it didn't end up being a good viewpoint for that
Yeah,
one.
it just doesn't work.
What we really need is like a long cigar shaped thing,
Well,
right in the middle.
yeah.
And then there's,
Yeah, I mean, the pad's gonna be there, so we could, I mean, that could be a strategy.
We talked
We
about
could decide,
rotating the pad.
we could decide if we wanna find something big for that spot and move Coyote Hawk over here. Oh, I like something too.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like that's a good median piece, cause it's like,
Super simple.
it's erect.
I just think it would be great to just get started at the top of the path and just start doing things bit by bit and chewing our way at it. So that we can get stuff down, instead of moving stuff, I'd rather see that we just start building it. Cause we've been going at this artery for how long, and this, we keep changing what we're gonna do, let's just say we're gonna do something now, we're gonna start building that path and get going. Proceed on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's
It's kind of like
said
to be
and done, but it-
intentional about it. We
Yeah.
hired the consultants and all that, with all these ideas and
Yeah.
just
Which,
sticking stuff pell mell. And Chris, some of us did a walk along for the ditches. I don't even know what is that creek called?
That's Cash Creek.
Cat Creek,
Caps Creek.
it is
Has it
Cat Creek,
actually
yeah.
Caps Creek, or
Yes,
you
we have named
Oh,
it.
we've named,
Okay.
okay.
Did everyone get that email about the
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 chainsaw,
chainsaw? Was that good to the whole group or?
What change?
chainsaw artist.
Oh,
So this is a gentleman who's very enthusiastic about
Yes.
the idea of
I mean,
kind of stubbing off the cottonwoods and getting artists to do.
that's not a bad idea.
it's not,
My nephew was a chainsaw artist.
but, I mean, how do we,
His idea is
Get back
to
on the
make
path.
an entire festival and I'm like, we've got,
oh, God.
like regional draw, he's got a grand vision, which
I
told him,
suggested-
come join
That's
Captain
what I
and run it.
Oh,
20 people in Chainsaw.
we were gonna talk about that.
But again, there's ideas, right? So somehow we have to decide,
Oh,
that's not a terrible idea, but we have to commit to it and
We
decide.
could
that's
actually
what we're
like
gonna do
that
this year.
idea.
We need to do that anyways.
All right, let's work on the map.
I think that's-
Let's start with the map.
That's a good idea.
I'll put that on the agenda and come up with a draft or something somehow, and then we can, from there, try to pick
I get going, yes.
what action we're gonna take next.
All right, that sounds awesome. So you're gonna present the map at next meeting, right, Andrew?
We'll see what we've got on the agenda, but I will try to draft something up.
Okay,
But we'll have it up for conversation,
okay, yeah.
discussion, I don't.
I think that we get to the end. Anybody have anything else? Well, then I would like to make a motion that we adjourn the February CAPS meeting at 7:53 PM.
Second,
All in favor?
Hi.
All right, thank you all.